What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Floyd. Money Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, if you guys don't know, put $10,000 for Dimitri Bivol to beat Canelo Alvarez. As you guys can see, there's the ticket that he had for $10,000 that he put up for the particular fight at Silverton Casino, okay? And of course, we know he has made $52,000 because of his investment and his belief that Dimitri Bivol will beat Canelo Alvarez. Now, let me counterpunch. First off, I think Floyd was going to do that anyway because, believe it or not, I think Floyd, despite Floyd beating Canelo Alvarez, I think Floyd is a Canelo hater through and through. Why? Because when it comes to anybody coming near or close or threatening to affect the legacy, the record, the recognition, the popularity to Floyd, Floyd is automatically not going to like you by default. Yep. That's Floyd. Floyd looks at it like that. That's how he fell out with Adrian Broner. I mean, those are the type of things that happen. Before Adrian Broner was defeated, he was saying, I think Adrian Broner, I think he's going too fast in the sport. I don't think I think he's getting pushed too fast. Shit like that. Like some Steve Harvey shit, really, honestly. But, these type of things for Floyd, how Floyd is looking, and he loves the idea of a Canelo getting beat again, because it's like, okay, not only do you have that one loss but from me, but now you have another loss. I have none. No losses, no draws. So guess what? That pushes me and you farther apart. Now, the strange thing about that, so he feels, because of most of the boxing world, if you are a true boxing fan and not a casual, okay, because a lot of people jumped on the casual wagon. I'll discuss that a little bit here in a second. But if you're a true boxing fan, the best thing to do is to challenge yourself. That's what Canelo was doing, honestly. He was going up. He was fighting the best guy at the weight class that he was previously at. Kovalev was the weakest link. He was old. He had substance abuse problems. He was a drunk, people. You know what I mean? He had other problems, so he really took a fight. He wasn't even really properly trained for that fight. So we have to take that into account, okay? So Canelo took him on just for shits and giggles, just to see how it would feel to get in there with a bigger guy. Now you're in there with a guy that's an undefeated guy that is one of the best in that weight class, and we've seen the result. Okay? But back to Floyd and casuals, I think a lot of people jumped on the idea that because Floyd has never lost, he's the best ever. TBE, right? And that was a made-up thing. You know what I'm saying? So he could be the GOAT because Muhammad Ali's already a GOAT. So he like, you know what? I'm going to make TBE the best ever. So I think a lot of people jumped on that bandwagon. Some tribalism was going on. They really didn't know boxing. They didn't understand that Floyd picked fights that he fought to look good or he fought to make the most money, which that made the most sense. But, a lot of those fights weren't the best in that division at the time. No way. Okay, so, it's easy to, hey, come out of retirement or come fight this particular guy or whatever and make yourself look good because you beat that guy versus beat the guy that people want you to fight. And I think that's what it is. So when casuals now do see someone with a loss, they're automatically not better than Floyd Mayweather. They can't accomplish the things that Floyd did because Floyd has never lost. Instead of realizing, like, if he fought the best, would he actually have a loss or two? We don't really know. Chances are he would. But then we would see if he was really that good. Bars. That's what we would see. And Floyd, probably with the skills that he had, could probably beat those guys, but he never fought those guys because I don't think Floyd wanted to get in a fight that made him look mediocre. He wanted to make himself look above average, extraordinary, way above his competition. These guys, nowhere near my level, nowhere. Right? So that's why he didn't want to risk anything, because I don't think he risked. I know he was afraid of losing, but I think he was afraid of looking average. That's what I believe with Floyd. And now that Canelo has lost again, he's made a shitload of money on him. But I don't think that he just thought Bivol was going to win. I think he was hoping that Bivol won because of Canelo and his star power in the sport, because Canelo is the cash cow. And I think Floyd sees him, and he doesn't, and Floyd does not want to be forgotten for being the only one to beat that guy. So when anyone ever praises Canelo around Floyd, Floyd's like, fuck you. You remember me? I beat that guy. I'm the one that beat that guy. I'm the one that beat that guy. I'm the first one that beat that guy now. So I think that's the attitude that Floyd Mayweather has, but nonetheless, he did bet against Canelo Alvarez and hit pay dirt. You guys tell me what you think of Floyd Mayweather making a nice chunk of change off the loss of Canelo Alvarez. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!